mi gente? I am Roberto Ruiz, a.k.a. Don Sicario. With me today is my guy, Ruben Cruz.
And welcome to eXecution from NYYNEWS. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, we finally back, kid. It's been a while, but we back.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. Nice to be back. Got some time now and ready for the for the off season because we ain't got much going on for the rest of the season, I guess.
I mean, listen, a lot of us are already ready. We've been ready for the off season. A lot of Yankee fans don't want to accept it yet, but we've accepted it and we're okay with it. It is what it is, but there's a lot for us to talk about right now. We've been a little bit behind, but a lot of new topics, a lot of things have happened since the last time you guys seen us. The latest news right now that Yankee fans cried about, we were raving about, the only little bit of happiness that we had, the only little thing that we had to look forward to in the Yankees, in this 2023 misery of a season, Jason Dominguez and Marciano. Ruben, tell us what's up.
So Jason Dominguez officially got surgery today. So I saw Andy Martino and Brian Hope retweeted of the news from the Yankees PR department, and basically I went and did some research into the type of Tommy Johns because apparently there's two different types that he can get, and they can only find out once they go in there. So
Gotcha.
he ended up getting the new version versus the old version, which is called is like a bridge that they attach, where basically they go and take that ligament and they can actually reattach it together and put a little bridge that's made up of like collagen and other stuff that helps promote natural healing, rather than doing the OG Tommy John, where they take a tendon from like your wrist or from a donor and put it into your elbow, and that takes a lot longer to actually like heal because it's not natural.
Yeah. Listen, if they needed a donor, I would have flew to New York like, yo, take mine. Take mine.
Right?
Take mine.
The good thing is he's not a pitcher, so it's definitely not gonna take as long as they would for like a pitcher. And also with this new one, it saves so much time in terms of months. Like
of healing, right?
So that old one, the old Tommy John, they say usually, especially for pitchers, it was 14 to 18 months. He could have been out for a year and a half, bro. But Jason Dominguez, they said a time frame of 9 to 10 months. That's probably the Yankees being conservative about it, because we've seen people get the bridge and they're back at 6 to 7 months. So
listen, regardless of the time frame or whatever it is, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried, because we seen some of these guys come back from Tommy John surgery, especially position players, and they have them noodle arms. I mean, we saw it with Aaron Hicks, but he's a strong kid. He eats a lot of mango. He eats a lot of avocado. He's 20. He should be, I think he should rebound good. But overall, I mean, it's tough news for us fans, man, because with this season, as miserable as it was, one kid came and brought us that much happiness, because not only he brought the hype, you know what I'm saying? He showed everybody why they called him the Martian. Like, he started showing out. He started showing that pop. And unfortunately, that damn curse, that Yankees curse, it's been haunting us. And we'll get a little bit into the training staff a little bit down the road, but something's got to give. Whoever got the brujeria doll that's been getting this team on us,
they need to cut it out. Somebody get the holy water y que lo saquen, bro.
Shit, it's terrible. Listen, I don't understand. At first, we were blaming all Brian Cashman for bringing in these players that are injury prone, but now we're getting a lot of the youngins. We're getting people that, I mean, we wouldn't expect them to get hurt so fast. Pereira's out. Isn't he dealing with some hamstring injury or something like that? Or
now that's the thing. Like, Dominguez, this is like his actual first injury, really. Like, he's never been a guy that's missed games in the minors. A la Pereira, that was one of the things with him. Pereira, they've always said that he probably would have ranked higher in a lot of people's list if he hadn't missed so many games the last couple years. Porque él ha faltado not a whole ton, but like he's missed a decent amount. Like he'll miss like 30 games, 20 games each of the last couple of years. Because if not, his numbers would have been so gaudy right now between the last 2 years. He would have probably been in the top 50 prospects because that's like how good he's been. But the injuries have like held him back.
These injuries have held all of us back. They've held the fan base back. They've held our happiness back. They've held this organization back. It seems like every time we check Twitter, somebody's hurt, and
oh my god!
I mean, something's got.
We never got to see Judge and Stan be like the Mash Brothers of Oakland, but in New York. You know what I mean?
No, but you know what's another thing? We never got to see a full rotation. At the time when we had Savvy, like remember when we got Cole, and we had like this elite type starting pitching rotation, and we never got to see it because Big Maple got hurt. Who else? A few of them got down. We never really got Tanaka. You know? we didn't get to see. We never get to have nice things.
Like even this year was set up to be like in a crazy year.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you think about it, we had Cole, Rodon. I mean, Rodon's last 2 years were balling. People say, "Oh, he was pitching in pitcher friendly park in San Fran," but they forget he had 20. The year before, he was in one of the top hitters parks in Chicago with the White Sox. Yeah. And he never used to get hit.
Did he do the perfect the no hitter in Chicago?
I don't think
was it him that did the whole. One of the White Sox guys did a no hitter. I forgot who it was.
I don't think it was him.
It doesn't matter.
No, it was Phil Humbert, some random ass name or something like that. Pero like, yeah, exactly. Who?
Who that is?
But I do remember that when he was in Chicago in 21, that dude went against like us. I remember it was him and Monty starting that game, and that dude like struck out like 13 and like 7 innings. He was like, we couldn't figure him out at all.
Listen, I'm one of those Yankee fans. I haven't lost faith in Carlos Rodon. I think this. I'm taking it for what it is of the 2023 season. Everything has gone wrong in this season. I still have a lot of faith in this guy, and I think he's going to be big for us in 2024. I know I've complained all season, but I have high hopes for the Yankees next season. I think this offseason is going to be good. I think there's going to be a lot of shakeups. I think there's going to be a lot of good. Because Hal Steinbrenner, I feel like he's finally waking up. He's finally, he didn't like the boos. He didn't like the boos in the stadium. He was looking around like, why? But it seems like he's finally waking up. So, and Rodon, his track history is good. Like he's a bulldog. I haven't lost faith in him yet.
Yeah, me either. And so hopefully when it comes to like Jason Dominguez, getting the surgery, that's the last of it for a while for us. You know what I mean? Like no one else.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't keep up with the injuries. Give us a break, bro. And I'm just glad it's 9 to 10 months they say, but I mean technically the time frame from what I was looking up is 6 to 12 months. So if it's 6 months, we could still see Jason right before the All-Star break. So
that's true.
That's something to look out for. But I mean, if they put 9 to 10 months, it'll be good too because así ellos no tienen esa mente of like, oh, we're gonna have him come back up,
Yeah.
But when it comes to the injuries, hopefully Jason's like the last of it for us because we really we need to get over this. Like the last.
No, listen, they've been kicking our asses. This injury bug has been kicking our asses, and it's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like give us a break.
But the good thing is, it has finally caused them to call up the young guys. Now we're, and it's a good segue going into the second topic, because we've been seeing these young guys come up. Dominguez balling out. Wells has looked good as a catcher. A lot of people used to talk crap about his catching, but I've always said, from what I've heard and I've discussed with other folks, is that everyone likes his catching. Is his arm that they really have a question about. So, and he showed that his arm was actually pretty decent versus Houston, I think it was. So
he didn't look too bad, and he meshes up good with Rodon.
Yeah, Rodon likes him. I mean, Rodon was talking so good about him mid-season when he was like rehabbing in the middle of the season. when he was doing Double A like rehab starts, he said, "Yo, Wells, like he's a good
Yeah, I remember
game
that.
caller."
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Wells, and hopefully he starts hitting because that's like I know that's usually like a slow start for catchers. They don't usually get hot right away, you
But he
know.
got some pop. Listen, in Yankee Stadium, all you got to do is put the bat on the ball. That short
Yep,
porch, it'll take care of the rest.
especially for lefties.
You know, all he has to do is put the bat on the ball, and I
Yeah,
think he'll be
so
all right. Oh, we just need more lefties on that damn team.
and that's the thing.
Like,
So like go and I'm glad you mentioned that because another lefty that finally got a chance, and unfortunately, so we'll get said because Dominguez got injured
yeah,
is Florial. You know,
flow must flow.
talking about like a guy that's been balling for 2 years now and hasn't been able to sniff a real chance, bro.
I
And
know I don't know
like
why
it's
they don't
wild.
like him,
I
and nobody
don't know
picked
what
him
it
up either
is.
when he was put on waivers. So
Yeah,
I
like
don't understand.
I don't get it. And I know they look at the strikeout rate, but man, everyone strikes out, bro.
Everybody,
Like
listen, everybody strikes out.
I look at like his career in the minors. Like, yeah, he had some injuries in his early part of his career, but they were like
Mhm.
the freakish of the freakish injuries. Like it was literally like a random like broke his collarbone out of nowhere. Like like he broke his wrist because of by hit by pitch or something. Like literally the
Mm,
most random stuff. And then ever since then he's
yeah.
been healthy.
I
So
mean, listen, so far he's been good. He has striking out, but he gets on base. He's
mhm.
fast. I mean, he
And
can
that's
play
the thing.
defense.
His strikeouts. So I was like looking into his numbers, right? So he's been basically the same batting average guy for the last 2 years, right? He's been a 280 plus guy. Which,
Mm.
real side note, for those that say, "Oh, that he's not good," bro, this guy could probably out hit Gallo today. Okay, because Gallo in the minor leagues, bro, that dude had a strikeout percentage like that's the same strikeout percentage he has now. He's never been a low like Flo has a better strikeout rate than him if you
Mm.
compare their minor league numbers together. So
I mean,
like I just never understood this whole like, oh, we shouldn't give him a chance. It's like you guys literally have Gallo in the major leagues.
listen, that Gallo trade still pisses me off. It doesn't piss me off
Oh,
as much as the Josh Donaldson trade, but it still pisses me off
no, it pisses me off more than the Donaldson one because we actually
because
gave
of
up
this kid.
some good ass players in Duran. The moment I saw they give up Duran, bro, I looked at that dude and I looked at his numbers. I said, "Shit, this guy's gonna be actually good."
Listen, but I don't
But
hate Gallo the way I hate Donaldson. Like Donaldson, Gallo was likable still. Everybody kind of fell for him. Like, uh, uh,
yeah, he's a
I'm
nice guy.
yeah. Compare his ass to Josh Donaldson. Everybody and their mother hates Josh Donaldson.
See,
Like,
I'm one of the few that I like Donaldson for a while because I like the fact that he's an asshole. To me
no, but
like
that's
that.
a different asshole. Carlos Correa, that's a good asshole. Alice Rodriguez, that's a good asshole. This
No, the
guy's a
difference
fucking
is
dickhead. That's what he is.
the the difference is that he's not hitting.
That's, that's what it is. No, man,
Because
no. I don't want nothing to do with Donaldson.
if we had asshole 2015 Donaldson, then everybody would have been like, "Yo, lo queremos, we love him,"
But we,
Because
but we didn't. But we
well,
didn't.
we didn't
We didn't. We
because like
didn't. We had
Cashman, like
Mr. Edge, the Mr. He's no
yeah,
Josh Donaldson, right? Like, no.
yep. No,
I don't even want to.
it's like Cashman does always. He gets the guys 5 years too late. You know what I mean?
5 years
So
too late.
it's like, come on,
That's
bro.
true.
But
That's
going
true.
back to Florial, so I did look up like he's been the same batting average, right? His walk rate has been actually really good. He walks and and he's been able to like maintain it and kind of cut a little bit, little by little, right? So last
Mm-hmm.
year he had a 30.3% strikeout rate. This year he had a 29.9. Not a big drop off, but it did drop a little bit. And then he's played the
Yeah.
same exact amount of games, 101 games each season in the minors, right? And those 101 last year, he had 31 doubles, two triples, and 15 home runs, right? This year, he has 23 doubles, four triples, 28 home runs. in 101 games. So his pop is now starting to go in because he's getting to that grown man body. He's 25 now.
He got that grown man strength.
Yeah, and then the walk rate, he already had an elite walk rate last year, 11.7. Like, if you have an 11.7 in the majors at some point, you're one of the best at walking. And this year, he got it even better to 13.7%.
Nice.
So
okay.
He's made the improvements, and this year, like, the guy has a 944 OPS. Like, there's nothing for him to prove down there. Y este año in the majors so far, I know people are like they're still saying that he sucks because he's not hitting for a high average or home runs yet. You know, give him time. He's gonna get into a groove. He's gonna run into a couple in Yankee Stadium. He has 7 strikeouts in 8 games.
If they allow him to. If they allow him to get the chance.
Exactly. So he has 7 strikeouts in 8 games, which is rare for him. And those 7 strikeouts, when you divide it by his total amount of times he got onto the plate, he's actually at 23.3% strikeout rate currently coming into tonight's game. So that shows that he's making that conceded effort of still making contact. And we've seen it. He's hit the other way. He doesn't just pull the ball. Now, once he starts hitting those home runs, you're going to start seeing his average climb because he's hitting the singles. Now he just needs to hit the home runs and the doubles and things like that.
Yeah.
And then,
overall, if he gets the opportunity, he can show.
Hold on 1 second, bro. Your audio is cutting up. Hold on 1 second.
You know,
Hold on. All right. Let's try this one more time.
How is it now?
Ahora sí. Ahí estamos.
You hear it?
Yep, ahora sí, estamos bien.
All right. Listen, I'm all over the place today, but we're getting set up. But listen, Florial, all he needs is a chance. They never wanted to give him a chance. I don't know what it is. I don't know whose wife likes him, has a crush on him, or whatever the case is. Florial has not gotten and I hate when fans say, well, he's done this, he has not had a real shot. No, he not once has he gotten a real shot.
54 at-bats in 3 years. 54. That's nothing, bro. El tipo and then he would get us at-bats, like, we'll start in one game, we'll bench him for 3 games, we'll have him pitch it the other game, and then we'll bench him for another week and a half. Like,
that's what the Yankees do. They like to terrible.
Yeah, and then also, so his walk rate in the majors se quedó igual. He's at 13.3 todavía. So he's seeing the ball. So he's doing what he needs to do. Like, he's going to start running into them, bro, because this dude, he's playing well. Like, people are going to look at his batting average and that he has no home runs and no doubles. Give him some time. He's gonna start cooking. Like, you're gonna see it.
I mean, I hope so. I hope they give him the opportunity. If not, trade him. Hopefully, he'll cook somewhere else. Because that seems to be the MO now, right? For whoever we get rid of, whatever team they go to, they start cooking. Look at Hicks. Hicks is about to go into the playoffs right now. Donaldson is
starting to get to the playoffs too with the Brewers.
Yeah. Bro, it's crazy. No, and then they say Yankee fans are spoiled. No, it's not this shit we go through. Yeah, of course we're going to be chopping off on Twitter. We're going to be talking nonsense. Look at this shit we got to go through all the time.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like all of a sudden after 2009, como que nos pusimos, like, I don't know, like, menso. Like, we don't think about, like, certain, like, the obvious moves sometimes, or, like, moves that maybe might be under the radar that make total sense, and they still don't do it. And they always want to go out of, like, not left field. They go outside of the ballpark. Like, they don't even go.
Because Cashman, I remember an interview with Cashman. He's like, they asked him about making a splashy move, and he's like, I don't want us to be known for making the big splashy moves. I want us to be known for making the smart moves, the creative moves. Like, bro, that's not what the Yankees do. I mean, yeah, of course they do smart moves, but you guys are known for flashy moves. You guys are the Yankees. You know what I'm saying?
And
but
sometimes the flashy move is the smart move.
It's the smart move. Everybody knows that. Everybody but them. But listen, speaking of moves, speaking of my bad, speaking of moves, let's hit that offseason. Let's skip ahead. This offseason, there's a lot of stuff that Yankee fans are expecting. We're expecting Yamamoto. We're expecting Bellinger. We're expecting all of these other guys. What's the other guy's name that I keep hearing about? Well, anyways,
Lee.
we can even Lee,
the Korean center fielder. Yep.
Yeah, him. And we're even hearing about, for instance, with any moves with the brass.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm all for getting Yamamoto. I'm all for that because he's a great pitcher. He's gonna want to get paid. That's fine. We can always use another ace because I feel like Rodon next season is gonna be lit. Cole's gonna be Cole. Another one right there next to them because you never know who goes down. I'm all for it. My issue is our pitching hasn't been the problem in the playoffs in the past few years. It's always been the hitting. For some reason, our pitching comes through. Our pitching comes through, and every offseason it seems like fans forget about it. They forget about how we got eliminated. They forget about how we didn't get no hits or anything, especially with runners in scoring position. Yep. We need to go on and get ourselves some bats. Whether it's Bellinger, whether it's that Lee dude, I don't know who it's gonna be, but bro, I've been told that's a pipe dream. How many years I've been trying to talk for Soto to New York?
You've been saying Soto for like 2 years now.
Bro, I've been talking about Soto on Facebook before I was on Twitter when he was with the Nationals. And when he was a prospect. I swore we could have traded him for fucking a bag of potatoes.
Bro, I'm telling you, like I said, like if you look at it, Yamamoto will be great, and a lot of people, and I mean the fact that Yankees made it so public that they went to scout him.
That's what I've been saying. Yeah,
like that to me tells me if he's not like Papi, you're a Yankee, like you're if you're Maki, like you're gonna be here.
Brian Cashman was over there. Watch, yeah. He got to see he got to see what was it, the perfect game, no hitter, or it's a perfect game, right?
I think it was I know for sure it's a no hitter. I don't know if it was a perfect game though, but for sure it was a no hitter. And this guy, bro, his ERA is disgusting. It's like It's like 1.29, something ridiculous. Like
Cashman's eyes rolled back and the dollar signs came down. He's like, he saw that game and he called help. I think this was it. His fucking corny ass voice.
Yeah.
Because when he's excited for somebody, he wants them, they're gonna get him. But my issue is we need some bats. We need everybody. Fans know that, and they seem to forget in the offseason when we start talking about so and so. This pitcher, like everybody forgets what the problem in the playoffs have been the past few years.
Yep.
If I don't know if Soto's going to become available, depending on how the Padres do, because if they were going to trade him, they would have traded him. They expect because they're saying that this season to them it's not what they were expecting, of course, because they haven't. I mean, I thought this team was going to be World Series favorites before the season started. I was like, this team is stacked. They have not played to the back of the cards. So I think they're going to try to run it back. He called
He called them out. He said, y'all are playing some selfish baseball right now.
Wow. I want to know who the virus in that clubhouse is. I want to say it's Tatis.
Me too. I want to say the same thing because remember, Machado called Tatis out about that too.
Yeah.
Because a couple years back,
if Tatis was available, I wouldn't mind having that virus in the Yankees clubhouse. I wouldn't. I mean, bro, I said it.
He's transitioned well in the outfield, so I don't know. Quién sabe, Pero está jovencito. But at the same time, I'd rather have Soto. I don't want another right-handed guy, bro. Like I just don't want another right-handed guy. I want a left-handed guy that benefits. Like, bro, the Red Sox tienen like 5 left-handed hitters and legit left-handed hitters, bro.
Yeah.
Every time they go against us, they kill us because they have all these lefties, and we have so many right-handed pitchers. We have so many right-handed pitchers, bro. It's about time we start doing the same thing. Like, let's get back to.
I don't understand how this team is so analytical, right? But yet they can't seem to grasp the idea that Yankee Stadium was built for left-handers, for left-handed bats.
And that's the thing. They finally started drafting lefties these last 3 years. So for fin, you're starting to see the lefties come up, and like for example, you have Dominguez with a switch hitting. Tienen Arias, who, by the way, Arias I would not trade for anyone. Arias to me, people
he's untouchable on your list.
He's high. Some people say he has a higher chance of being better than Dominguez.
Wow.
And he's a shortstop. He's a shortstop, like surefire shortstop, has a rocket arm. His arm is
That's
better
from
than
when
Peraza's.
Volpe gets moved to second. They're gonna move him
Yeah,
up, no?
but Peraza at third base because I think Peraza is gonna be legit now that he got his leg kicked back. He's hitting all those doubles, and you're gonna start seeing the home runs
I
eventually.
like
Like,
Peraza, man.
and he's always been good, but we need at least two more. Like if we can get some legit bats, like I would go for two, right?
Yeah.
Pero if we can get at least a Bellinger, what I like about Bellinger over Soto is the defense and the flexibility.
It doesn't
Pero
weigh heavy
Soto,
enough for me to favor him.
but
It
Soto
doesn't.
is so young.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
let me tell you what Bellinger does not have that Soto has. And Bellinger will never have it. And this is something you can't just learn how to do. He does not
The
have the
marketing.
Soto shuffle, son. He doesn't have it. Bro, he doesn't have the Soto shuffle.
No, can you imagine Dominguez and Soto in the same outfield? And those because have you seen the clip
The
that
comparison?
they on Twitter of the left-handed swing for
Yeah.
Dominguez and
Yeah, I saw that.
Igualito,
Igualito.
bro.
Igualito.
And I was like, oh man, if you got those two. But what I like about Bellinger is that let's say that Dominguez takes over center field, right? And once he's back. Well, Bellinger doesn't have to be like, oh well, I'm the center fielder. And
He could
then
go to
let's say
first.
then he can go to first base because Rizzo's gonna be
Yeah.
gone after this year. After 2020
Man,
the
poor
2021.
Rizzo. Poor Rizzo.
So I feel bad for him, bro. He was gonna be an
Yeah,
all-star. Like I really think he was gonna be that good this year.
yeah.
Pero
You know what it is, what it is. The baseball god said, nope. Yoink.
yeah, so but
Tatis. Speaking of Tatis, all because of Tatis.
otra vez. You know what? No lo quiero. No lo quiero. Never mind.
Water. Oh, forget about it.
All right,
Forget about it.
but to wrap it up here real quick, I really think that when it comes to that, Bellinger is a good move only because the flexibility and doesn't block Dominguez. It doesn't block, let's say Florial gets a shot because I think they're gonna if they go for a bat, it's either gonna be Soto or it's gonna be Bellinger. If it ends up being Bellinger, they'll probably tell Florial and Pereira like, "Hey, y'all are gonna compete in spring training for left field or something." So
I don't like the idea of having too many baby bombers on board. Like I don't like that idea. I was saying that in the offseason, we needed to add more elite bats, at least two more to kind of balance out.
But he's 25 though. He's not that young. You know what I mean? Like he's mature as hell, super smart.
Yeah. But Pereira and them, they're not seasoned enough. You know?
Pereira needs more time. Ese tipo, like he needs adjustments for sure. But Florial, to wrap it up real quick, and so we can move to one more topic real quick on the offseason. With Florial, you know who he reminds me of? And I said this to Hector and Morning Brew and a few other folks. He has a potential of being a Curtis Granderson.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because he's a lefty swing that can strike out, but it's athletic and run. He has a better arm than Granderson. And I think granted, Granderson hit 40, but he only did it twice, and it was in Yankee Stadium. Then after that, he was like a 30, 25 homer bat. Bro, I'm just saying, it's Yankee Stadium.
Flo got potential. Flo got potential.
Flo looks like he could be a better Granderson because he's better defensively.
But with the way the Yankees treat him, I don't know where that's going. So, this offseason, right now, at the moment, Yankee fans have never been more united on one topic, and that's Brian Cashman. Wanting Brian Cashman gone, right? So everybody starts saying, well, especially Michael Kay, if you get rid of Brian Cashman, another club is going to pick him up. So what? Let him have him. Let them have whoever wants him, take him. Question is, who would the Yankees replace Brian Cashman with? Now, there's somebody right now that, if I'm not mistaken, their contract is up at the end of the season. And I've seen a few people talk about this already. Brian Cashman, his ego would not let him put somebody else to take his job. Unless it's somebody that he knows he's molded himself and kind of is one of his proteges, right? The Miami Marlins right now. Kim Eng is her name. The general manager for the Miami Marlins, who's available, if I'm not mistaken, is available at the end of this offseason. Who was who worked with Brian Cashman, knows the system in the Yankee system, is well known, worked with the Dodgers. Like she's very well rounded, well known, and is a great general manager. That idea right now implanted in my head, and I haven't been able to take focus off of it. Because with Brian Cashman, him letting go of that position and maybe moving to something different, she's the perfect candidate for them to kind of replace him. What do you think on that?
I mean, shoot. Yeah, because I agree with you in the sense that it's hard to imagine Cashman actually getting fired, right? So the only way where most people can see him leave, in a sense, is if he's getting that promotion stuff that they do, right? So you'll be the VP of baseball operations or whatever, or you'll be the president of baseball operations, and we'll get a GM under you, something like that. And that's an interesting name right there, because
it is. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it
because it's such a. She's so like fresh into the job. You know, she got there in 2020. She's actually done pretty good. You know what I mean? Because she's been able to maintain the pitching, and the Marlins have always been able to develop pitching. Is always the hitting that they've struggled with, and she's been aggressive for the Marlins standards. And
Brian Cashman likes her.
Yeah, and then the fact that you got the Cashman connection, he hired her in 1998 to be the assistant GM. Like,
it's a very special year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
1998.
I'm just saying, 98 was a pretty good year right there, you know? So I'm here thinking, like, that would be an interesting move, because I can't really think of anyone else that would be the GM, because if you think about it, most guys that we would look into, they probably wouldn't want to be the GM. They want to be the president. They want to be the top guy, you know?
Yeah.
So because I look at Dombrowski with the Phillies, he's not a GM. He's the president of baseball operations. Yeah. So I think Cashman would probably just say, like, okay, I'll accept the president of operations, and then I'll have the GM do the dirty work. You know what I mean? Like, where they're the ones that are looking for the deals and stuff. And
it's a win-win for us. It's, you know.
And she's good. She's done good trades, bro. She knows how to get pitching. She got a whole bunch.
She's like a new version of Brian Cashman, you know, kind of a little bit more
likes
updated.
Lefties. She likes lefties.
Oh, Lord.
Because think about it. She got AJ Puck. She got Jesus Lasaldo. She got Luis Arraez. She got Josh Bell. What do all of those have in common? They're all lefty or switch.
And I think the best thing about that is that Brian Cashman will feel like, okay, you know what? I can do this, because me and her, we kind of see eye to eye. Of course, there's going to be things that they don't agree on. That's fine. But he knows for the most part, he could kind of, because remember the Yankees, that's his little baby. Like Haustein, like I said in my video, Haustein gave him the Bentley. He's been working on that Bentley for a minute, man. So he's thinking about it like, you know, I could trust her because I kind of know her. I mean, unless they left off in bad terms and none of us know about it, and that was all internal.
Exactly.
But from the outside eye, it makes perfect sense, because it'll be easier for him to accept it. Because, you know, he doesn't accept shit like that. His ego's so huge for his little ass head. And he will probably be okay with it. Like, you know what, that's fine. I can do this because I know her. I trust her. You know, she's a little bit Cashman-ish with her little twist.
The good thing with her also is that she's shown to do good moves. So, like, I would be open to it. And the fact that, granted, as much as we kind of hating on Cashman right now, I mean, she got that experience behind him. Plus, you got the Omar Minaya, you got the Jim Hendry, you got Brian Sabian, all these guys that she can lean on for that knowledge, you know, of the wisdom of the experience, you know.
And she got Hal's pocketbook. She got Hal's wallet. She has she has money to deal with.
Yep.
I'm excited about. I know it probably won't happen, but I'm stoked just thinking about that idea. And
yeah, because you
I
haven't
think
heard it much, you know, like la gente no están hablando mucho, you know.
I seen somebody on Twitter put talk about it. My guy Jason at 161 Ave, shout out. He talked about it. I've seen a few people starting to pick up on it and start talking about it, but nobody's really talking. Nobody's really, nobody's bringing that up.
It's an interesting way to go for sure. I would be open to it just because I like the moves that she's made for sure. Like ella ha hecho really good moves.
Listen, and that's on media right there. You know, the first, not only Brian Cashman finally after all of these years stepping down, but we're getting replaced with a female, the first general manager of the New York Yankees to be a female. That's right there, Bobby. That's gonna sell.
Yeah, and that's historic too. That for sure is historic.
Like, for sure.
I'm all for it. Pero that's gonna be a lot of pressure, bro. Okay, now she's gonna
pressure bust pipes, kid.
Exactly, you know, but right. Like, because now she's gonna need to show like, hey, all right, shit, I got money that I can play with now.
Yeah, and like how you mentioned before, she got all these other guys that are gonna be there with her, backing up, and Brian Cashman's gonna still be there. You know, he's not gonna go away.
And I'm glad that is like that name came up because I remember some folks have, you know, they said, oh, we can go Brian Sabian, which I wouldn't be against it. But someone mentioned Manaya. I will say this about Manaya. I keep him in scouting. I don't want him anywhere close to his GM. I don't like him as a GM. But we can have him as a scout.
Yeah. Bring back the old school scouts. I mean, but listen, I think that's a good idea. I feel like it's gonna start that topic right there is gonna start getting pushed. You're gonna see there's gonna be a lot of people who's gonna start as the closer we get to the offseason, and even in this offseason, it's gonna start. That topic is gonna come up.
Bro, tú te imaginas? Like she gets hired, right? And then she's the one at the press conference with Brian Cashman, bringing in, you know, a Yamamoto with like a Bellinger, or Yamamoto with like a Soto. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro. Like that will be a heck of an entrance.
Listen, why not Yamamoto, Bellinger, and Soto? I mean,
I would take all three. You know,
with the way this season went, you know, they could be an 08-09 type of all season. You know, why not?
I would totally be down to get Bellinger with Soto, but you gotta find a way to get rid of Stanton de esa manera. Like, there's gotta be something to be done because it's not so much the salary.
Yeah, the salary is not that bad if you think about it, but at this point, it is kind of bad.
And you can, and either way, we'll save money by cutting his salary también. Pero it's not just the salary alone; it's also he's clogging up the DH spot.
Which that brings us to a whole. We're not going to stay on this too long, but that brings us to a whole other level of topics because we're not even mentioning Mike Trout. The potential of Mike Trout being traded to the Yankees, which seems like a Cashman move, if we're being honest.
Yeah, agreed.
that seems like a Brian Cashman move, but I don't want to get deep into that conversation. We've done this before, maybe in a later.
We'll bring it up in the next video because because I do want to go into that because I was actually looking into his contract the other day and like the years, the money, what it looks like, and same thing with Stanton. So we got to talk about that to see like the pros and cons of doing a trade like that. But the only thing is Giancarlo has the no trade. So at the end of the day, he has to want to go there.
Yeah.
So I know, man. Trout will be like, dale, me voy. You know, Trout is like,
hell yeah. But Stanton, I don't. That's gonna be tough.
Stanton, the only way I can see him go somewhere is if he's going to his home state and going for a winner. So either like the Giants maybe, but the Giants ballpark is so huge. I don't know if he's gonna want to have all that. Maybe the Dodgers because look at Jason Hayward, bro. Jason Hayward balling, best year of his career from what it looks like, and he's 34. Maybe they do something with Stanton and get something.
Stanton will probably his career will probably blow up over there for some that LA son would probably do something for him. He'll be back home, and who knows.
They'll
He
probably
could
get his
be
legs right.
boom. Listen, like I feel like if Cashman really wanted to do it, he'll do it. But it's a tough scene.
You know how there was that video of him bench pressing the girls, right? At this point, he's gonna show that his legs are good by leg pressing the girls up.
Oh no! Listen, and then he gets hurt just recording a commercial. Nah, but listen.
But anyways,
we'll touch on that another time. We'll touch on the trout and stuff. So stay tuned. We'll kind of get on that a bit. But this offseason, I'm excited about it. I feel like I feel a few shakeups are gonna happen. If nothing happens and a bunch of little mediocre moves happen again, guess what? Just like how we said in the offseason, remember how much I was bitching? Like, this is gonna be a bad season. And everybody kept telling me, don't watch, go watch the Mets. The Mets are just as worse, but anyway. And everything fell apart. And it's not that we're trying to be those fans that are like, I told you so. It's just like we've been watching this team long enough.
We know it. We see it. We get it. You know what I mean? Like, and it sucks because like Stanton looked good early in the year, like he always does. Y yo, man, Stanton looks good, bro. Y después, bam, hurt again. He's
always good in the playoffs, but guess what? We're not going to the playoffs. So he's not able we're not able to get anything.
And that's the thing. Like, you could be good in the playoffs. Granted, you can be good in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, you still got to play in the regular season, bro.
Yeah.
But anyways, vamos a dejarlo ahí. This has been just the first of many of execution episodes, right? But this is the time for them to execute. They need to execute, like, right?
You hear that, Cashman?
Yeah, like, dale, go ese filo, bro, because like you gotta go and get the moves, bro. Like, we need to finally set a standard of winning again. Because
I think this offseason is gonna be good. I'm gonna call it from now. I think this offseason is gonna be good.
Because look, I'm in basketball. I'm a Miami Heat fan, right?
Hey.
I'm not trying to see my Yankees become Los Knicks. Okay?
Listen, I'm a Knicks fan. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
But I'll say for like the last 20 years before Leon Rose came in, because Rose has done a good job. I like what he's done, bro. Leon Rose, él ha hecho bien. So now the Knicks are turning it around. Pero que los Yankees no se vuelvan ese funk también.
The Yankees the Yankees are a mess right now. And the only thing that's gonna happen this offseason won't know. But anyways, listen, this is the first time we're hitting an execution type video. The Yankees need to execute. So follow me on Twitter at donsikario1. Like and subscribe to this video. Leave your comments. Let us know what you think. Because remember, don't let these jabronis tell you that your opinions don't matter. Ruben, hit him up, bro.
Yeah, follow me at Cruz Yankee Fan on Twitter, or X as they call it now. And like he said, like, share, subscribe to the video, comment. Let us know what you guys think. Are we crazy? Or are we on the money? Like, what do what do you guys think of some of the topics that we brought up? I'm interested to see what you guys seen with Florial. And a lot of people are quick to jump negatively on him. But I think he has a chance to be a really good player. He has this window of opportunity.
Give us
he
your
can
opinions
finish
on everything.
strong. So let us know
your opinions on everything.
The GM, like everything. We want to hear it because I think this is going to be an interesting offseason.
I think it's going to be a good offseason. I'm going to call it from right now. It's going to be a good offseason because Alzheimer's is pissed. That's it. Hold it down, folks.